We're going to look at the greatest teacher today. Who is it? Who is the greatest guru? And how is that possible? Let's jump right in. He is trying to unite us with. He is enjoying the fruits of our actions, and he is sharing other fruits that are even more divine, even exceptional, beyond our imaginations. Refers to root. The root aj has the meaning both to go or throw. So one who goes into the hearts of the devotees, or one who throws the evil asuras to a distance or destroys them. So who is through these signifying terms such as truth and knowledge. So power in terms of truth, power in terms of knowledge, power in terms of the wisdom, power in terms of the effort is what is repeatedly highlighted in all these names. That is that he allows us to follow different paths. No matter what path you take, you will. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Jai Shri Ram. Welcome back to the Clay Studios oil painting vlog number 22 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali. This is the painting that follows the principle of calligram or micrography to paint the 1,000 names of Sri Vishnu. As the painting is going along, so is the research work, trying to understand the names and its meanings. This research work is being shared with you, and while I do that, I'm also not just looking at the meanings of the names, but also trying to take some tangential points from different storylines that could be coming anywhere out of Sanatana Dharma. And at times we also take verses from Shrimad Bhagavad Gita or Shrimad Bhagavadam to understand things better. And this has been going on for a while now, which means we are now in the vlog which covers 201 through 210 names of Sri Vishnu. The previous ones, please do check them out, because though we are doing 10 at a time in each of the videos, they are interlinked, and I will be frequently referring back and forth to the videos that I have put in previously. So do check them out and come back to this one. This video definitely will cover 201 to 210 names and their meanings, and along with it we are going to look at the greatest teacher today. Who is it? Who is the greatest guru? And how is that possible? Let's jump right in, starting with the 201st name. Om Sandatre Namaha means one who unites the jivas with the fruits of their actions. We have understood something called detached attachment in the previous videos, that we should not be connected to the fruits or the benefits coming out of our actions. But now, is he going to connect us to the fruits of the actions? So fruits have a deeper meaning here. So it's not the ones that we are looking for. The material fruits of the actions that we are aiming for is not what he is going to give. Is that the point, or it is material benefits that we need to detach ourselves from? But the fruits that he is delivering for the actions that we have done will be beyond the material. It will be beyond what we could have imagined. And that is what he is trying to unite us with. The 202nd name is Om Sandhimate Namaha. This means one who is himself the enjoyer of the fruits of action. So what is he enjoying? He is enjoying the fruits of our actions, and he is sharing other fruits that are even more divine, even exceptional, beyond our imaginations. So that's how things are connecting. 203rd name is Om Sthiraya Namaha. One who is always of the same nature. Sthir is being in that same position in terms of the mind. So here in the context, he is referred to one who is always of the same nature. 204 is Om Ajaya Namaha. Aj refers to root. The root aj has the meaning both to go or throw. So one who goes into the hearts of the devotees, or one who throws the evil asuras to a distance or destroys them. So we can understand in both the contexts. So goes into the hearts of devotees or throws something away from us. What is that? The negativity. 205th name is Om Durmarshanaya Namaha. This means one whose might the asuras cannot bear. The 206th name is Om Shastre Namaha. This means one who instructs and directs all through the scriptures. Shastram also points to the scriptures. So he is instructing, guiding, giving all the standard operating procedures through the scriptures. The 207th name is Om Vishrutatmane Namaha, one who is specially known through signifying terms such as truth, knowledge, etc. We have discussed this before, and I think this is also reinstating the same, that we always think of power in terms of physical power or monetary power, some material power. And if you look at these names, they are actually going away from, more and more we go into the names, we understand that it's not pointing to that kind of power that we are imagining. The material power is completely, put down in the point of view of these scriptures. At least he is being known through these signifying terms such as truth and knowledge. So power in terms of truth, power in terms of knowledge, power in terms of the wisdom, power in terms of the effort is what is repeatedly highlighted in all these names. I think with that, let's move on to the 208th name, which is Om Surarigne Namaha, one who destroys the enemies of suras. That is, sura is devas. He is destroying the negativity, saving the positivity, or creating the balance there. 209th name is Om Gurave Namaha, the greatest teacher. This is what we are going to look at, the greatest teacher. He is the greatest teacher. How is he the greatest teacher? 110th name is Om Guruttamaya Namaha, one who is the teacher of all forms of knowledge. So is that the answer? He is the greatest teacher because he knows all forms of knowledge. There is more deeper understanding lying there, and we are going to go just there. Now that we have done with the 10 names for today, let's look at why exactly is he the greatest guru. A couple of points that I want to mention here is that he allows us to follow different paths. No matter what path you take, you will arrive somewhere. And the second point is that he goes into the roots to destroy the negativity. He supports that by destroying the negativity. So these things are going to be extrapolated definitely with the help of some verses coming from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are going to look at Canto 17 verses 17, 18 and 19. So we have a lot to cover. So Canto 17 verse 17 is Shraddhaya Paraya Taptam Tapaha Tat Trividham Narehi Afala Kanshibir Yuktaihi Satvikam Parichakshate. This means Shraddhaya Paraya Taptam refers to with faith, transcendental, executed. Tapaha Tat Trividham. Tapam refers to the austerity that is of three kinds. By whom? Done by Narehi refers to the men or humans. Three types of austerity points to the austerity of body, mind and speech. What does it give? Afala Kanshibir Yuktai, who are without desires for the fruits engaged. We talked about that just now. Satvikam Parichakshate, meaning in the mode of goodness is called. So here, this is the one personality type. I think we talked about the personalities in which we have talked about this in the vlog number 15. Please do check that out to come back to this, because the personalities, our inner personalities, is what is being pointed here. This is the Sattvika personality, the Sattva Guna. The Sattvika personality, what is that meaning? Let's read it out here. This threefold austerity, that is the austerity of mind, body and speech, practiced with great faith by the yogis who are steadfast with no expectations of return, the fruits, is called Sattvika Tapam. So a Sattvika Tapam, Sattvic penance. So they will reach somewhere and they definitely go to the transcendental abode, or they reach a little closer. But this is the route that they have taken because of the inner personality, the Sattvika Gunam that they are. This is what is their personal choice. Let's look at the other two personalities. That's exactly what is going to come up in the next two verses. Canto 17 verse 18 is Satkara Mana Puja Artham. Pujartham tapaha dambena chaiva yat kriyate tadiha proktam rajasam kalam adurvam. This means Shatkara Mana Pujartham. Respect, honor and worship for the sake of Tapaha Dhambena Chaiva Yat. Austerity with pride. Dhambam, yeah? Pride. Also certainly which Kriyate Tadiha Proktam is performed, that in this world is said. Rajasam, the Rajaguna is talked about here. Halam, Adruvam, in the mode of passion, flickering and temporary. Let's look at that in the meaning. Austerity which is performed with a view to gain renown, honor, adoration or familiar selfish gains, yeah, material gains, or made by way of display and which is uncertain and transitory in its yield, that has been termed as Rajasika. They will also get somewhere. So it doesn't matter that he's not going to stop you. Look at that. He allows us, the first point is already following through here. He allows us to follow different paths based on the guna. The one who wants to be completely devoted, detached attachment as Satvika is fine. Go on. Do it the way you want. This personality is a guna that will definitely, he has the rajas. He wants to show off a little bit, the pride. I want to be popular. There are some selfish gains, material benefits and wants, and that is also given, allowed. Go ahead, take care of it. Let's do it in your own way. Maybe you won't get that far, but you will definitely get wherever you want to. The third verse is, this is Bhagavad Gita, Canto 17, verse 19. Mooda grahena atmanaha yat pidaya kritaye tapaha parasya utsadana artham va tat tamasam udahratham. Tat tamasam udahratham. This means Muda is foolish. Grahena atmanaha yat. Foolish with endeavor of one's own self, which Hidaya kritaye tapaha. By torture penance is performed. Parasya utsadana artham va. To others for the sake of causing annihilation, or tat tamasam udahratam. That in the mode of darkness is said to be. This is the third guna, the tamasic guna. Mortification that is resorted out of foolish obstinacy accompanied with self-torture or done with the purpose of ruining others, that is declared to be tamasika. This is the tamasika tapam. Even this is allowed to a certain extent. If you look at all the previous vlogs, we talked about the avatars. We always talked about one top negative character, and that was troubling many people, or even the devas, or even powerful element created by God, even troubling Brahma sometimes. Why did that happen? Even they had done some penances. If you look at the stories of Hiranyakashipu coming from our vlog number 4, the Narasimha Avatar, he also did penance to attain some powers. But what did he want out of that? The power is given, but the way he used the power is totally on the negative side. So when asked, whichever mode you want to ask, whatever reason you want to ask, you are allowed to follow your path. It's because this is your nature. Nobody is going to stop you for that. And that is why he is the greatest guru. When exactly does he stop? It's only when, now I'm connecting the dots to our previous video, there is a imbalance. We talked about the wings of Dharma and Adharma. When there is an imbalance to a certain extent, and that can ultimately trend towards a balance, he still allows, gives you enough chances. Only when everything is going to crush and it is completely going towards utmost negativity, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, they all did the penance and got all the powers that they needed. Whatever they asked for, they received fully. But when they were stopped, if you look at when exactly they were stopped at the moment where the negativity was completely derailing everything, putting the positivity angle to zero. That's when he goes to the roots to destroy the negativity. So when he steps in, he knows when to step in. He gives us the kind of liberty that he allows us, kind of opportunities that he allows us, the number of chances that we are given in life. We hardly realize that. And that's exactly what makes him the great teacher, the greatest of the great teacher, the greatest guru. It's not, of course, it is because of the knowledge that he is given us, the different forms of knowledge. We might think of as the divine as the most powerful for many material causes, but he becomes this greatest teacher only because of these 2 points. Number one, he allows us to go with our own path, follow our own path based on our own natural personality, the guna. He gives us so many chances as possible, and he only stops us when the roots have to be cleared up, going into the roots to destroy the negativity. That's when he steps in. Knowing when to is what is making him this greatest guru. I hope you found it very interesting. Thank you for following me so far, and stay blessed, stay happy, stay motivated. Thank you. Bye-bye.